Good morning, everybody. It's Roland Comtois. I'm live here in Rhode Island. I hope that you will join me here this morning to share a moment or two, make a connection, feel the energy, and maybe join us on a short journey to some peace and quiet and calmness, because it is nuts out there. It is nuts out there. Everybody is overwhelmed. The energy is intense. People have headaches. People are dreaming vividly and crazily. People are trying to find their way. There's all kinds of commotion. And then the whole world is in chaos. And, you know, we've talked about this a lot. It doesn't seem to ease up any right now. It just seems to be intensifying and intensifying. As I said to you last week, I have some tips that are going out in this week's newsletter about how to manage all these things that are going on. And my new blog coming out very soon talks about this as well. So you'll be seeing that very, very soon. This morning, we're going to do a little raffle here. We're going to give away 5 of these little books called Whisperings. A book of passages, poems, and meditations. It comes from ConsciousDyingMatters.com. And I want to read one to you this morning because I thought it was very fitting, because every day somebody asks me, is their loved one looking out for them? So here it is. As I sit in heaven and watch you every day, I try to let you know with signs I never went away. I hear you when you're laughing. I watch you as you sleep. I even place my arms around you to calm you as you weep. I see you wish the days away, begging to have me home. So I'll try to send you signs so you know that you are not alone. Don't feel guilty that you have life with me denied. Heaven is truly beautiful. Just you wait and see. So live your life, laugh again, enjoy yourself, be free. Then I know with every breath you take, you'll be taking one for me. Author is unknown. I'm very honored to share this with you and to to let you know that one of my prayers and poems is in this book as well. So you'll be getting that as a gift. We're going to do a raffle for 5 people. 5 of you that say yes to this little book while we're online with you live. We will give them out and send them to you as a gift. It's a beautiful little token from ConsciousDyingMatters.com. Again, thank you for joining me this morning. Before I give any shout-outs, I want to have a moment of silence for the people in Sutherland Springs, Texas. I want to hold a moment for them. A moment of quietness and peace. And I ask the angels of light to guide them gently and peacefully. I ask them to be surrounded by that divine energy. And all those that are suffering, I ask that you be lifted into a place of peace. And if you're listening to us in Texas right now, you know, we do really stand by your side. It is something that we do well, is we stand by each other's side. So I will stop talking for a few seconds. And no matter what, we still have to go to church. We still have to go to the store. We still have to go to New York City, and we still have to travel around the world, and we still have to be engaged and involved in our lives. Those with mental health issues and terrorists and all those people that cause these atrocities in our world aren't going to stop us from doing what we do. And what we do is that we stand together side by side. Side by side. Side by each for all my Woonsocket people. My loved ones are going crazy right now that I said side by each. That we stand side by side, united in an extraordinary way. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for being part of my experience, for contributing to my life. Those of you that are out there right now, for being part of my experience, for influencing my life in a very beautiful and positive way. You know, I don't say a thank you to you out there all the time, but I really am very happy and grateful that we're joining the journey together and that we're on a mission together somehow. I want to thank everybody who came to see me in Glastonbury last night. That was a heck of an event. And I don't know what the right word is. I just want to share a little story with you. There was a woman in the room whose daughter was murdered. And to look at her, as beautiful as she sat there, her hair was beautiful, her lipstick was beautiful, her being was beautiful, her soul was beautiful. To have gone through such a tragedy and to hold such a magnificent light, that lady inspired me, and she doesn't even know that she inspired me. And then I think about the young granddaughter who felt bad about something related to her mom's passing. Her grandmother's passing. And how she did everything she could to hold back her tears. I am more convinced, I'm convinced, more and more each day, that the power of spiritual communication is really, absolutely about healing. Let me give you a couple of shout-outs before I go on. Janine in East Greenwich, thank you for joining. Joan in Cape Cod. Oh, Joan, how is it at the Cape today? Are you sitting by the beach, by the water? Dorothy in Rochester, New York. It's going to be cold up your way. Good luck with it. Sandra in Port Charlotte, Florida. I don't know if you just heard, but my Florida trip has been postponed until either February or March. India in Westerly, Rhode Island, thank you. Lynn in Connecticut, Lucy in Portsmouth, Rhode Island, Sandra in Pawtucket, Rhode Island, Michael in Coventry, thank you. Pat in Portsmouth, a lot of people in Portsmouth this morning. Sandra in Port Charlotte, Jen in North Smithfield, Joan in Cranston, Christine in Burrillville, Kristen in Los Lunas, New Mexico. Yeah. Is it E.L. or Ed? L in Vermont, and Jennifer in Colorado Springs, and Raylene from chemo. Does that say chemo?
She's having chemo.
Raylene, you're having chemo right now? Well, let's send you some energy. Hey, let's all do something. Because one of the ways to get through a very challenging moment is to be of service to someone else. What a perfect opportunity we have right now, right? To be of service to Raylene. So Raylene, is it okay that we send you energy as you receive your chemotherapy? So if you can say a yes or no if that's possible, I will call all the healing energies and the divine energy to support you as the chemo is going through your body, that it restores your body, that each cell responds to it in a joyful way, that it feels uplifted, that the positive energy that we're sending you and the light that we're sending you is all about love. It's all about love. I feel the joy. I feel the joy for you. We're standing by your side right now, Raylene. Anybody else needs a little prayer help? You send us a note. Send us a message. We'll gladly do it for you. And everybody in Texas, as Shelley said, is getting all of the loving energy. Please don't doubt the power of your prayer, of your intention. because you getting so much into the center of your being and allowing that goodness and compassion to resonate beyond you and to ripple beyond you does something. And I got it. Some people say it's not possible, but there's a lot of studies that say that prayer or intention has a power within itself, that thought has a power within itself. And when we're sitting here right now, all of us from many parts of the world, holding on to Raylene with our loving energy, that somehow she will feel that vibration. I said to you a moment ago, if you want to win a copy of the book Whisperings from ConsciousDyingMatters.com, why don't you say yes right now? They even have a couple of prayers in there for animals, which leads me to this next thing that I wanted to share with you. I've been posting on Facebook for a while that my beloved Mabel is working through a very difficult case of lymphoma. And a couple of weeks ago, the doctor said she had a couple of weeks left. Well, she's still here. And I had some people come over and do some energy work on her and love her. And so there were 6, I think, people that came over, held her, stroked her back. Well, she has done pretty well through these last 2 weeks. And so I know that's effective. And I know that all of you out there have done a lot to hold the energy for my dog. And for Lily as well, and I thank you. Let's do a few other shout-outs, please. And Diane, can I have the 2017 Purple Papers? Danelle in Cranston, Kathy in Woonsocket, yes, Kathy. Debbie in Coventry, Lee in Las Vegas, Nevada. Meg in Stamford, Connecticut. I hope I saw you there last week, Meg. Diane in Cranston, and Angelo in North Providence, Rhode Island. Thank you very much for being here this morning. I want to share a couple of purple papers with you because you know the routine. I share them and we talk about them. We make a connection to them. One of the things that I want to share with you here is that if you get a message, if you feel a connection to the purple papers, it's easier if you email us. Because in the thread, so many things get lost, and I get a lot of messages privately through Facebook, and it gets lost, and I don't want to lose these things. I don't want to lose the connection that we're making. So it's better if you just email us through my website, blessingsbyroland.com, and you will be able to get a response a lot faster than you would if you were trying to stick in the stream. And so, again, I want to share a couple of things with you. Oh, my God. Wait a minute. Last night, one of the purple papers was dated a day after a guy passed away in January 2017 with his name in the exact way that he passed. How does that happen? I don't know, it just happens. There's a purple paper here, it says Jimmy on it, dated 11/7/2017. He goes on to say how unsettled he was during the last week. He said he was working so hard, and you're going to notice that it says to get the house in order. It's weird. My body started to change really fast. I found myself having trouble breathing, but couldn't do much about it. I wanted you to know that I was sorry for a lot of things. And then he goes on to say, I'm happy, right? So Jimmy is trying to get a message to his loved ones. I know that those messages are intense, but they're supposed to bring peace and love and healing. You know, the whole purpose of my getting a message is to help you expand your understanding of the afterlife, help you know that you're not alone, just like that prayer says that I just read to you a minute ago at the beginning of this live video. It's supposed to help you to take a breath, to find some healing. So the message does more than just say, hey, the guy's a medium. It says much more than that. It gives you hope and inspiration, and it even gives you a willingness to walk through your grief and sorrow. Here's the next one that I find interesting. Angelina. My gut was that Angelina was an older lady, but, you know, yeah, I think it was. Maybe it was, I don't know. Let me read the message to you. Angelina needed to find peace. I remember how hard my life was, but somehow we all made it right. I worked hard day and night taking care of my family, including my mother. The best part of it was that we were always together. I found so much healing and so much peace. You stood by us all the time, like I did for Nonna. Nonna, not a word I don't even know what it means. Oh, it means grandmother. In Italian? Nonna. Am I saying it right? Nonna. Nonna. So, I don't think I've ever written the word Nonna before. I don't remember it. It seems very unfamiliar to me. So I felt like she was talking about her mother, Angelina, and her mother, and the family, and how they all were together somehow. Isn't that crazy? I love that. I totally love that paper. And I love Angelina, by the way. Very sweet, endearing, incredible person. Here's the next message. Alice. Alice wants to give a message to everyone. I wasn't mad at everyone, or at anyone, she says. I was so sick. I wanted to get better, but it was a long road. From sickness to death, she says. I also found peace about missing my mother. I guess it's all about mothers. Interesting. I couldn't breathe anymore. My lungs were heavy. My breathing was heavy. Nothing was working. And I do love you, it says on the purple paper. So the 3 purple papers today, Jimmy, Angelina, and Alice. Jimmy, Angelina, and Alice are the purple papers for today. The purple papers, as you know, are all pre-recorded before walking into a room of people after praying and meditating and saying to myself, what message must I send that will bring healing and love? And then I write on blank purple papers. It's like automatic writing. It just comes out of me and it does what it's supposed to do. And when it does it in a beautiful way. It brings a little bit of peace and a little bit of healing to those that are in need of that message. And so it happens because we're supposed to have a moment of healing. Oops, a moment of love. I just kicked the camera. What's going on over there? These 2 girls are, my team here is a little crazy. Am I crooked? Am I crooked? Am I crooked on the screen? Any other shout-outs there before we come to an end? We're going to be closing very soon because I have to take the dogs to the vet today. And we're going to announce the winners of these 5 books. So first I want to say, again, thank you to ConsciousDyingMatters.com. Hey, Karen in Frederick, Maryland. How are you? Good to see you. Again, I'll just tell you that these are beautiful little prayers and poems, and I'll be giving 5 away. We'll be giving 5 any minute. But before we go off, CJ in Situate, Mass, thanks for listening today. Patty in Coventry. Dolores in Yorkieville, Westerly. What's that?
Just write it down.
Linda in Woonsocket. Tom, hey Tom in Florida. Roe in Connecticut. And Jean in Florida. Thank you so much. And to the winners, let me have that list. We're going to give away 5 books right now. And the lucky winners of the 5 books are Rhonda Barada. Portela Barada. You're number 1. Lynn Cohen, you're number 2. Leah McKenzie, you're number 3. Sandra Russell, you're number 4. And Courtney Champagne, you're number 5. You are the 5 winners of this cute little book. Congratulations. And again, thank you to ConsciousDyingMatters.com. Those are the 5 people that are getting that book. And thank you so much. I got to go back to that prayer. because I think it's important if I can find it. Messages come to give us hope and inspiration. That's what it does. I can't find it now, but when you get it, you'll read it. It gives us hope. Rumi said, goodbyes are only for those who love with their eyes, because those who love with their heart and soul, there is nothing like separation. There's no separation, no such thing. That's what he says. So listen, folks, I want to send you love and blessings, and I thank you so much for joining me live. Am I going to be here next Wednesday? We're possibly going to be here next Wednesday. So if you have any questions, go to blessingsbyroland.com and send